What's up, Tailgaters? You're in the booth with Tailgate Nate today, and welcome to my channel, and welcome to another Week 5 preview and prediction video, where today we're going to take you to Big Ten country, and we're going to take you to University Park, Pennsylvania, the home of Happy Valley, which it was the last time, at least for the Illinois Fighting Illini, the last time they traveled to Happy Valley, but Penn State beat them last year, and they're looking to defend home turf again this season. It's the Penn State Nittany Lions and the Illinois Fighting Illini in a top 20 Big Ten showdown, and we'll tell you everything you need to know regarding the Lions and Illini here in just a little bit. But before we do that, you guys know I got to say thank you for all the love and support. Literally, however you support me. If it's here on YouTube, just thank you for taking time out of your day to watch this video, however you may have found it. And please consider doing more to help support the channel, especially if you haven't subscribed yet and you're as big of a college football nerd as I am. We're so close to 2,500. Please help me get there, as well as ringing the bell so you know when I upload. Liking, commenting, sharing can also help. But if you want to follow me on a little bit more of a personal level, you want to go look at some articles I write, games I call, and anything else I do as a sports media student in my journey to be a sports media professional, go give me a follow on Twitter or X, whatever you prefer to call it. It's at TailgateNate29, and I'd really appreciate a follow over there. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, your second video out today. There will be another one after this, and I just uploaded Louisville and Notre Dame earlier this evening. Let's go ahead and talk about this one here. It's the Illini to the Nittany Lions, and what should be a pretty entertaining one from Happy Valley. How do we do preview predictions around here? Well, we are first going to dive on into keys to the game when each team possesses the football. So we'll first dive on into your keys when the Illini possess the football against this Penn State defense, and then we will flip it. We'll look at the Penn State offense versus the Illini defense, and at the end of the video, I'll tell you how I think this game is going to play out, give you some final thoughts, as well as a final score prediction for who's walking out with the dub in Penn State, in University Park, in Happy Valley. Let's go ahead, dive on into this one again, starting out with the Illini offense. And this is an Illini offense that I don't think the statistics are going to show the entire story here, especially from considering where this offense was last season and Luke Altmaier, especially where he was last season, and the quality of play you got from him at the quarterback position just was not consistently great. There were some really good moments for Luke Altmaier last season, but overall, it just was not a very good season, and it wasn't what you were expecting to get from the quarterback position when Luke Altmaier first transferred into this program from Ole Miss. You've gotten the Luke Altmaier you thought you were going to get this season. He's got 862 yards and 10 touchdowns with no interceptions. All three turnovers for the Illini offense this year have come on fumbles, and has a 71.4% completion percentage, does Luke Altmaier. Let's take you back to that absolutely thrilling overtime game against the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Once I pull it up here, I mean, Luke Altmaier had himself a really good day. 4 touchdowns, 215 yards, and managed this offense really, really well. But this Illini rush game also had themselves a pretty good day. Fegan, Lafferty, Valentine, McCray, all 4 of those guys so far this season are over 100 yards rushing for the Illini offense. And you want to talk about weapons that Luke Altmaier has. I mean, Pat Bryant and Zachary Franklin, they're the only 2 guys that have over 100 yards receiving, but they both have over 240 yards receiving. Pat Bryant with 6 receiving touchdowns. Franklin hasn't gotten in the end zone yet. You figure that's going to change somewhere down the line. He's too good of a player to not break the plane of the end zone this season. But this is a very balanced offense. The offensive line, though, you have a little bit of concerns with them. But overall, guys, this is an offense that has fared very well this season. With all due respect to the black shirt defense that Nebraska possesses, this Penn State defense is better. It's better at defending the pass. It's better at defending the run. It's better at limiting the big plays. Guys, Penn State has not even allowed 4 yards per play this season. They're allowing 3.9 yards per play. The pass rush, though, you want to see it come to life a little bit more. They only got 4 sacks, and for the quality of team and quality of players that Penn State has on the defensive side, you want that sack number to go up. You want that turnovers force number to where, okay, I was going to say go up. Looking at it now, it's actually pretty solid. I read it as a 3 first. Nope, that's a 5. They forced their fair share of turnovers so far this season. So my first key for you, I want to go back to talking about the Illinois offense. And I want to go back to talking about Luke Altmaier because, I mean, it's just going to be a key to literally every game that Illinois is going to play this season. Can Luke Altmaier keep it up? Again, there were a ton of moments last season where he just didn't look great. And there were a ton of games as a whole where he just didn't look great. And he was inaccurate and he was making mistakes and he was turning the football over. We have seen absolutely none of that this season. Maybe a couple missed throws here and there, but Luke Altmaier has given you no reason for concern. So I'm going to push the concern to kind of to the side because I'm no longer concerned about this Illini offense, specifically Luke Altmaier, being able to hold on to the football. Yes, they've had a couple fumble issues here and there. I even think Nebraska forced a turnover on them last week. But the Illini, for the most part, have been a really solid offense. This is the best defense that they will have played. And with the amount of weapons that Penn State has, let's go back to the guy there that was on that thumbnail screen, and Abdul Carter, who was just an absolute beast on the defensive end. I mean, I could go through and list names forever, and it still wouldn't be enough to sort of give you the picture of how good, how deep this Penn State defense is. Again, they only have 4 sacks, but they have 3 picks, 14 passes defended. They forced 3 fumbles and recovered 2 of them this season. It's a defense that is loaded top to bottom, led, of course, by Abdul Carter and a lot of talented players in this secondary. Their top 2 tacklers in Reed and Winston are both absolutely phenomenal players. This Illini offense, I think, is going to have a near perfect game plan, and they're going to have to execute that game plan in a near perfect way. I just really think this is an Illini offense that's going to see a ton of struggles here in this game. Nebraska's downfall last week was not being able to defend the run against Illinois on a consistent basis. Penn State's going to be able to do that here, guys. They are one of the best run defenses in the entire country. The secondary is ball hawking, and it is, again, just one of the best secondaries in the entire country. Overall, Penn State, you could absolutely make the case on why this is the best defense we have in the country right now. Altmaier and company have to be sharp. They have to avoid turnovers. And I'm even going to throw in the fact that they have to limit what this Penn State pass rush is going to be able to do, because I think that's a big key for Penn State in this game. Show that this pass rush has more life than it has shown us so far, right? Abdul Carter, only 1 sack this season. Durant has a sack. Dennis Sutton has a sack. And then Vilbert has a sack this season. Those are the 4 guys that have a sack for you this year. And you leave out some really big names there that just haven't gotten pressure like they've wanted to. This is an Illinois offensive line that has shown struggles in pass protection at times. For the most part, it has been pretty good, but at times the protection does break down. Luke Altmaier is running free, trying to extend out of the pocket, and that's where the athleticism, the speed, and I just think the weapons that Penn State has defensively can shine. But another big thing here is, can the Illini have success on 3rd down? I think they were able to have some pretty good success against the Nebraska Cornhuskers. They're going to probably have to have more success here against this Penn State defense. But you switch and transition on over to this Penn State offense. I mean, there were tons of questions about Drew Aller's ability to push this football downfield. And look, I think he still has got to improve on 2 very key areas, and that's accuracy and touch, especially downfield. And this Illini secondary, man, is just absolutely fantastic. The rush defense, pretty darn good in its own right as well. This may very well be the best defense that Penn State has seen this season, and it especially is going to be a huge test for them because of how aggressive this Illini defense is. They have 11 sacks on the year. They have forced 10 turnovers this season, and while the 3rd down percentage is not great, they are allowing a pretty good percentage of, or I should say, they are allowing teams to convert a pretty high percentage of their 3rd down chances. They're only allowing 4.7 yards per play. They're allowing under 300 yards per game. And this is an offense with Penn State that has got a ton of weapons, but again, you want to see them improve on the little things, especially Drew Aller's downfield passing, which I think is going to be a big key here in this game. The run game could see their struggles again, though. You have one of the best tailbacking duos in the entire country, though, with Nick Singleton and Katron Allen. Singleton has really led the way for Penn State this year, 314 yards on 37 carries. For those of you math nerds, almost 8.5 yards per carry. In fact, I think a little over 8.5 yards per carry. 2 touchdowns on the season there as well. And you take a look at what you have in this wide receiving room. Well, it really has been the tight end and Tyler Warren and a lot of check down passes. That has been the main weapon for Penn State receiving wise, but you still have guys like Evans and Wallace and Clifford and Julian Fleming. Clifford and Fleming not really as involved with this offense as some people may like, or as some people may like to see here. But I think Penn State's going to have to utilize the pass game a little bit more here in this one. And again, the aggressiveness of this Illini defense, I think, is going to come into play just overall as a whole, because you heard me mention there again, and you even see it on screen, 11 sacks. That's one of the better marks the country has right now. 10 turnovers forced. That has to be one of, if not the best marks, or I should say the best mark, no S, that the country has to offer right now as well. This is an Illini defense that flies all over the field. They make plays, they get stops, they force you to go backwards, and they fluster you with creating those turnovers. They are excellent at being able to get that offense off the field. Well, Penn State obviously is an offense that wants to stay on the field here. The guys, they're doing really good things on third down. For the most part, they're holding on to the football. Just 2 interceptions, 1 fumble, and one of those interceptions was their backup quarterback, Pribula. Aller has only thrown 1 pick this year, has only been sacked 3 times. And again, guys, you see the offensive numbers, 8.1 yards per play. Penn State is just moving and moving and moving this football all across the field here. And it's going to be a huge test for this Illini defense to be able to corral the weapons that Penn State has. But guys, I do think that the Illini are a legit team within the Big Ten Conference, because again, the big question for them coming into this year was Luke Altmyer and was how he was going to play. Question answered right there. He's played absolutely phenomenally. The defense has stepped up from last year. It has played phenomenally, and it's going to give a real challenge here to the Penn State Nittany Lions. However, leading on into my prediction, this is the primetime Big Ten night game on NBC. What an environment it is going to be in Happy Valley. I think the environment is going to fluster the Illini a little bit. It's not going to fluster them as much as you may think, because they just went on the road in a very hostile environment on Friday night in Lincoln. That crowd was absolutely packed. They were roaring. They came away with the win there. The last time they went on the road and played this Penn State team, they came out with a thrilling 9 overtime win. Again, low scoring 20-18 matchup. I believe that was the final score there of that one, if not 21-19, somewhere in that ballpark. But Illinois, the last time they visited the stadium, was able to come out with the win, and this is a much better Illinois team against a similar quality Penn State team, at least that we've seen as of right now. But I don't think Penn State is going to let this one slip away. However, I do got to say, all lines and odds are as of recording this videos, and guys, 17.5 is just an absolutely absurd line. Could Penn State cover that? I mean, yeah, I could see it, but I see more worlds in which Illinois covers this spread. I don't think the Illini are going to get blown out here again. I think they are going to prove they are legit, and I think this is going to be an old school Big Ten rock fight. Both have solid quarterback play with Altmyer and Aller, but I think this is going to be a game that's going to get decided between the tackles. It's going to get decided in the trenches. Whatever pass rush is going to be able to have a bigger impact on the offensive line. Whatever run game is going to be able to get going better, I think is going to have the better shot here to win this game. And guys, I think that's Penn State. I think they have the better weapons running the football. I think they have a little bit better of an offensive line. And overall, I think they have the better quarterback in Drew Aller and the better defense as well. The Illini are going to prove they're legit, guys. They're going to make this one tough, but I don't see them coming out of Happy Valley with a win this year. 21-13 is where I got this one, but I want to know what you guys think. So let me know everything you think about the Illini and Nittany Lions in the comment section below. Remember to play hard but tailgate harder, and I'll see all you guys in the next video. We'll do one more today. It's Oklahoma State and Kansas State. Goodbye.